Well. Welcome to the Voice of Reason, and this is your host, Josh. There is no other name to this. Josh. And we're going to talk about a couple of different things. Don't forget to, if you do like the commentary, and if you do like the stuff that's in this video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit a like, because I know YouTube is doing this funny things. So I'm going to get right down into the middle of the three topics. The first one being the ex-Ben developer speaks. He was the director of Ben Studios. He was in charge of the Siphon Filter games, I believe the Uncharted PS Vita game, and then the latest Days Gone game. And he had a lot of insightful things to say about everything. Um, Jason Schreier basically had a hit piece on Sony and what they were doing internally. And I'm not a big fan of what he does. I feel like it's very volatile and toxic. I feel like a lot of things are, um, you know, it's not really, how can I put it? It's not aimed in a positive light. He's deliberately doing that for clicks, and he's a reporter, so that's what it's going to be. Reporters are going to reporter. They're going to use sensational um, titles that get people to click on to their to their hit their little piece, and I get it. But some of the things that he basically stated was quite frankly Sony. I mean, he used really colorful words too. Empire and Crusade and all this other crazy stuff, and it really wasn't that deep. So basically, what's going on here is that he says that Sony is just following AAA games. He's not that Sony is not catering to AA indie studio games. Um, they were focused on Naughty Dog, and Naughty Dog's their crown jewel. They tried to take Ben Studios and merge it into Naughty Dog, which they've done things like that before with Gorilla and Gorilla Cambridge. So it's not that serious. But some of the things that he said was just like really like stretching it and bending the truth. He was being super disingenuous with what he was saying. Um, Basically, when you read his hit piece, it's business as usual, any business. Essentially, he says that Sony denied Days Gone 2 because of the review scores, essentially. So it kind of sucks that Days Gone may not get a sequel, but the ex developer or the ex Ben Studio developer basically called that out. He didn't say no. He says that he can't confirm or deny, and he was quick when David Jaffe, by the way, this is based off of the David Jaffe interview. David Jaffe started to spout off some things off of this Jason Schreier hit piece, and he was like, "Oh, whoa, come, relax. You're saying too much that may not be true." And that lets me to know that it seems to be pretty genuine. He even said that the Jason Schreier stuff is accurate, but without context, essentially. Going based off of what he was saying, Ben Studios was not going to be absorbed into there, but their Days Gone pitch was definitely kind of like rejected, and it's only due to the fact that as soon as they released Days Gone, with the poor reception of everyone and the bugs and the user reviews, any company will see this and be like, well, we have to invest money, lots of fucking money. We can't greenlight this if the scores are going to be like that. But then something changed. They not only fixed it for the most part, and people started to kind of understand the gist of the game and like it. Um, and it's possible that they may have repitched it to him because you can repitch things. I don't know why. Like that's what I mean by him being disingenuous. You can repitch things. That's most definite. It may not be, accepted, but you can repitch it. And from what I can hear, it was like a co-op based off of the mechanics of Days Gone, and it may have worked. We don't know if it's greenlit or anything else, but he did say that Ben Studios is making another AAA game, which kind of contradicts Sony taking risks because making new IP is a risk. In terms of the AA games, you already have, you have Kena, whatever the case is. There are constant support of It Takes Two and other AA games. Everybody seemed to like really hate when Sony shows you AA games during their state of play, And it's been like that for like almost a decade. They do not the sizzle reels. They don't want people to do that shit. They don't want to see it. And then all of a sudden, this hit piece because Sony's in the spotlight now. I'm not saying anything. Now people can say whatever they want or be fake outraged, and that's what I think that Jason Schreier is doing. He's doing it on purpose because you can't really get at him because of the virtue of the subject. He's making it out to be like he's protecting the little guys and things of that nature, and you really can't shit on that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. So to be honest with you, looking at everything, no, they are definitely supporting AA games. We clearly see it because there's a lot of outcries. Even when it's on PlayStation Plus, people don't want to see no AA games. They want to see AAA games. That's just what it is. In terms of Ben Studio making Days Gone 2, that's neither confirmed nor denied. So we can't even say anything about that. In terms of Ben Studios being absorbed, he stated that they did help because their current project was, rejected. So while they wait or regroup, they need to help do something. Idle hands, they want to give them something to do. And he said that people were actually appreciative of this. He also said that working at Sony is a great place to be. They give you a lot of freedom and a lot of hands-off stuff. The reason why he left is because when the studio inflated from like 40 people to like 150, he lost his spot within, the area. I mean, within the development studio, and so did the Gavin. They both left. Was like, this is getting a little bit too mainstream for me, and we just kind of wanted to have a little thing there, and they didn't want to do it. That shit happens anywhere, but you can always spin something into a negative light or a positive light. Just like Xbox not having any games. You know what I'm saying? Or not having any type of future games. Or you can spin it and say that they really care about the existing fan base, and that's why they're doing a whole backwards compatibility thing. Anyway, that's what I got to say about it. There was a whole podcast on that one. You can look at that. I was right about a lot of different things. And there's going to be another interview with the David Jaffe channel with the main guy that was like the founder of Ben Studio. So that's going to be very interesting. Anyway, moving on to the next topic. Sony just released a update, at least on their website, that tomorrow there's going to be a PS5 update that's going to tidy some things up. You will be able to store PS5 games on an external hard drive. You will be able to stream or game share PS5 games on the PS4 for people that don't have it yet. It really helps that ecosystem. You're going to be able to separate the parties from the messages, which was really irritating. It makes you not even want to use their party system. But now you're going to be able to do that. We'll see either tonight. I don't know when it's going to be released. I believe it's going to be like 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time that they'll do that. I feel like they need to do better. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, this is a long time that we didn't get shit, Sony. I mean, you need to follow Kratos's, phrase or comment. Don't be sorry, be better. I just want more. You need to be better, Sony. I mean, this update is in the right direction. I mean, I get the external, the SSD slot or whatever the case is may not be ready, but in terms of the UI, there are a lot of problems. A lot of problems with the UI. Folders are not a thing. You really get it done. Get it done, Sony. But regardless of the matter, I mean, it's in one step. I mean, they're going to do it, so let's see what they do tomorrow and see how that really pans out. Maybe there's going to be some hidden little nuggets in there. And actually, let me go back to the Ben Studio subject. David Jaffe, when he was interviewing the ex-developer, he mentions, I just want to say this before we go into the last topic, he mentions, what should Sony do with all of this talk, this negative press? Well, it wasn't really negative. That's business as usual. If you don't do well, you don't get rewarded for not doing well. It's point blank. And to engage into that argument is a losing battle. There's too many people, and you can't please everybody. So the best thing that you can do is shut up and show results. That's the best thing you can do. Do not engage with the trolls. That goes when people are trolling, when people are bullies. Don't say shit to them. Ignore them. We all know what Sony is good for, and Sony does need communication. But we already know what they're going to do. They kind of laid their plan out, And just because they're not jumping when you say jump doesn't mean that they're not doing anything or coming up with something that will be conducive. Last topic. Apparently, Sony just invested 250 million more dollars into Epic Games, and that allow for Aloy to be inside their um, Fortnite game. So we all know that Sony is trying to broaden their appeal to their titles to make sure that the maximum amount of people will see their IPs and stuff like that. I think it's a good move. I feel like people get caught up in the console wars a little bit too much, a little bit too much. You are taking this shit too seriously. I'm at work right now, so that's why you see what I'm doing. People are taking this shit really serious. This console war things. When you buy a console because of the convenience or financial issues. I mean, people could say over time the PS5 is more expensive than buying a PC, but there is a convenience. No drivers. I keep saying this over and over and over again, and it's very irritating every time I gotta say this shit. At the end of the day, right? You gotta understand, like, Sony is going to do Sony things. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to expand as much as they can do. Fanboy notwithstanding, they, it's a corporation. Just because you want to make fun of people, on Twitter or on social media to say that I have the better box, if you want to engage in that, um, that's your fault. That's your fault for having so much emotion with a corporation. You don't need a figurehead. The funny thing is people don't like Jim Ryan, but Nintendo doesn't even have a figurehead. They just results. The Switch is the best-selling console other than the DS that they've ever done. Super, super successful. There is no reason to have a figurehead. Somebody that kind of talks to the customers, sure, but it's not one of those things. Like, why do you need a figurehead? Why do you need that? Why? And I guess I know the reason for this. They need a figurehead because they literally want to console war. That's what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. They were a console war. That is what it is. So if Sony is giving deals to Epic and putting Aloy and Kratos into different games, but not the main games, don't forget the reason why you have a console. You bought the PlayStation 5 because it gives you more bang for your buck. You have the controller, the haptic feedbacks, and the adaptive triggers. You have the ecosystem, and you got the ease of use. There are some things that you're going to have to deal with, like paying for PlayStation Network and stuff like that, PS Plus, and that's going to rise eventually too. But let's be real, like, stop with the console games. Stop with the console wars. If you're going to war about it, the only way that you're going to be safe is you can't say exclusive anymore. You got to say Sony quality games. If you want to win the war, you know what I'm saying? Because we all know that the quality is going to be a certain quality. We all know that their games are going to be a certain quality. So that's what I would do. Don't this game this all this shit is ridiculous. But that's all I got. I just wanted to kind of make a quick little video. We're at 13 minutes. I just wanted to make a quick little video about this. I'm kind of down in the dumps about some things about the podcast. There's going to be massive changes with the PlayStation Culture podcast because of reasons. I feel like people couldn't be adults and kind of have a civilized conversation or have responsibilities for something that they have passion with. It sucks. It sucks. And the fact that you couldn't communicate that, it really bothers me. So that's why I'm kind of a little bit somber. Plus, I'm a little tired too. But I'll catch you on the next video. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys, and deuces.